Hi.
Hi, are you sure this course is just for 2499?
Yes, and you know this is the only course with this expertise across the world.
No way!
Yes way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hi.
Hi, are you sure you can prepare for product based companies through this course?
Yes, sitting at home?
No way!
Yes way. Don't delay. Enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Yes.
Hey, what do you mean by a self paced course?
Well, the course material is available in the form of video lectures. And there are multiple practice problems that come along as well. So, you can access all of it anywhere, anytime. And they are available to you for lifetime.
No way!
Oh, yes way. Don't delay and enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hey, hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you. So, welcome back to this amazing series, which is live mock DSA interview session, and wherein we conduct mock interview with our candidates. And let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Suniti, and I'm a mentor at Geeks4Geeks. And today, again, we are going to conduct an amazing session. So, quickly in the chat section, can I please get a confirmation if everything is good from my side? And then I will add our guest. Hi. Hi, Harish. Hi, Dheeraj. All right. So, okay, thanks for confirming. So, let me add our guest for today. Okay. Hi, Geetanjali. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm also good. Thank you. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Geetanjali and I'm a student of PCA right now.
All right. And what are some of the technical skills or some of the tech stacks that you have worked on?
Right now I'm working, like doing an internship on React.js, and other than that, I like DSA from starting only. So yeah, and I'm working on in DSA. My primary
Okay.
language is C++.
All right, that's great. And okay, so how much would you rate yourself on the basis of your DSA skills on the scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, 5, 6. Yeah.
All right. So, okay, let me quickly just explain you the procedure. What I'll be doing is a doc link has been shared with you. So, I will write down my question there, right? And then
Yes.
we can start with discussing the approach, and you can write some pseudo codes as well. And then once when we will be done with that part, then we will be moving to the coding part. All right.
Okay.
For that, I will share a link with you for the GFG practice portal, and then you will be coding there, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So let us start. Can you share your screen and open the doc?
Okay. Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Uh, Hello. Was I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Suniti, you're lagging, I think so.
Uh,
Um,
is the problem still there?
no, no, not now.
Okay. So yeah, let me start. Let us start with the first question. All right.
Okay.
So that is, given two rectangles coordinates, we need to find out if rectangles overlap or not. Okay. So I will just explain the coordinates that we have here. That is, for one rectangle you have L1 R1, and for other rectangle you have L2 R2. What is this L1 R1 is? This L1 R1 are the coordinates of top left and bottom right.
Okay.
This is again L2 R2 is same, the coordinates of top left and bottom right, all right, of the second triangle. So these two coordinates are given to you, and
Okay.
let me just give you an example test case which will explain you the question better. So let us say for test case 1, we have L1 as 0, 10,
Okay.
and we have L2 as, okay, this not L2, we have R1 as, okay, because L1 R1 are the coordinates of the same triangle. So we have R1 as 10, 0, and let us say we have L2 as 5, 5, and we have R2 as 15, 0.
Okay.
Alright, so the output will return true here. Let us say you need to just return a boolean value. Alright, so here the output will be returning true because these two rectangles are overlapping.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the question, and if there is any query, any clarifications needed, you can
Yeah,
ask me.
like I'm not able to imagine the thing like 0, 10. So the
Okay, just a second. Let me see if we can insert any sheets here.
if we can
Uh,
see the picture of it, if possible.
Alright, wait. Uh, just a second. Just give me a second, alright? I will be sharing the picture with you. Okay, so are you able to see this picture?
Yeah, this. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So that's how our coordinates are. This is L1, which is the top left, all right, and this is bottom right. Again, we have
Okay.
L2 and R2 for the second triangle. This is top left and this is bottom right. So on the basis of these four coordinates, you need to predict that if the rectangles are overlapping or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 0, 1. Okay. The,
And maybe you can think out loud so that we can also know what you are thinking about.
yeah, I'm just thinking that like over here, the x-axis is going to be the 0, 0, and over here the uh, yeah, so 0 0. So we have all four coordinate in some way. Like over here we have 0 uh, 10, and over here we have 0 0. Like first digit of this and last digit of this is going to be our uh, uh, this one.
Coordinates, yes, yes.
Yeah, and similarly over here also. So in some way I know that if the L2 is is bit in between that uh, 0 0, in between that 0 0 to 10 and 10,
Okay,
sorry,
correct. Yeah,
then
that
it
is
is
coordinate.
like L1 and R1 is if the one of the coordinate of these both are going to be in between the uh, x y, and like let's say I'm gonna say that every corner of a rectangle is going to be xy uh, a b c d, right? So the if a and c, in between that if there is any coordinate, or if between c and d there is any coordinate, so it is going to be a uh, our like rectangle is going to be there. Like I'm gonna say uh, so it was 0 0, right? 15 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to say that where I can type. Okay. So if my 5 comma 5 is in between 0 0 to 10 and 10, or
Okay.
0 10, or and 10 and 0, so there is possibilities that this particular coordinate is going to be in between this part. I'm just able to think this thing.
All right. I mean, yeah, this is a correct condition, of course. But like rather than checking for 0, 0 and 10, 10, like you are just checking if the coordinates of x coordinates of L2 is lying between the x coordinates of L1 and R1, right? So maybe we don't need y coordinates here.
We don't need coordinates here. So
Like you
yes,
do a separate checking for y coordinates, but here when you are just checking for vertical line of L2, then in that case maybe we need just x axis, like x coordinates I mean. And also one thing, rectangles are always parallel to the x axis and y axis. Like we don't have any, you know, rectangles which are not parallel like that. All right, you can go ahead with your approach. We will discuss these things later.
okay, okay. So what do I have to write a pseudocode over here?
Okay, no, are you done with your approach?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm able to think right now.
Okay, so just tell me one thing. You checked for L2, right? If 5, 5 is lying between all these things, then
Yeah.
so if let us say if this black rectangle was above this green rectangle, not overlapping above this green rectangle, then do you think that in that case this statement will return true? Obviously, it will return true because you are just checking if it is between 0, 0, 10, 10, or 0, 10, and 10, 0. So in that case as well, that condition is getting satisfied. If
I'm
the
not able to, like, can you please repeat?
like let us say your condition that you have written, if 5, 5 is lying between 0, 0, 10, 10. Now what is 0, 0? 0, 0 is the like bottom
This
left.
coordinate.
Yeah, bottom left coordinate, and 10 10 is the top right coordinate.
Yeah.
Okay. So if L2, this second rectangle, has been above the first rectangle,
Over there. Yeah.
yeah, like the straight, I mean, the x-axis is remaining same. Okay. Only I'm moving it upward. Rest all the things are same. I'm just moving it upward. Okay. So in that case, this first condition will get satisfied. 5 5 lying between 0 0 and 10 10.
Hmm. Yeah.
Able to get it, that condition will get satisfied if you are just shifting it upward. Okay, the second rectangle is just getting shifted upward. All
So
right,
on that time, on that time, the L2's coordinate will be 5 and 10 or above, right?
the second coordinate will be, yeah, x-axis is same, y-axis is changing. Yes.
So I'm checking both of them.
Okay. All right. So okay, so just a second, what I'm going to do is I will just share the question link to you. Just give me a moment.
Yeah.
uh, are you able to see the link? Yeah, you
Yeah.
just click on this link.
Okay. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So like, do I start it? Should I start
Yes, you
it?
can. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna say if is 0. Uh, if the line is similar, then I mean, uh, let's say if the both rectangles are on the same line, right? Let's say like, uh,
Yeah, then they
L2
will
we
be
have is
considered
5.
they will be considered overlapping.
It will be considered overlapping. Okay.
Yeah.
sure if my approach is right or not.
Like
I'm
this
not sure
thing
if
is
my
correct.
approach is right or
You just need to check for all the four coordinates, right? I
not.
mean, just there are a certain just some calculative conditions that will help you to get there. So see, just tell me one thing.
Yeah,
If you are having, say, maybe you can just take this. Like let us say we have two lines on the x-axis. I mean, we have four lines on the x-axis, right?
yeah,
Like L1, R1, L2, R2. All of these are having a x coordinate, right?
yeah,
So let us say you are just taking a variable which is a maximum of L1 and L2, like which of like the x coordinate of L1 and x coordinate of L2. Okay. So you can check that which of this is greater. Like say L2 is greater, right? And then maybe you can take another variable y1 which will like just show you which one is greater out of r1 and r2. Okay. So no yeah, which will tell you which is the great minimum of r1 and r2. So if the minimum of r1 and r2 is greater than the maximum of l1 and l2, then can we say that they are overlapping?
maximum and the minimum.
Yeah, like maybe you can just stop your screen sharing for a moment. I mean, you can just come out of this and then you can just think over the question that I have shared.
Okay.
Yeah, like first of all, let me know what is the approach that you are thinking of.
Uh, right now I'm able to think of this thing that if
Just a
that
logic.
line, if the line of L1, L2, and L2 is like, let's say, if we have the 0 and 10, 0 or 5, right? So 0 and 5, the maximum of both is going to be like our x value, right? And
Yes.
similarly, if in the y axis, the maximum of this is going to be here, right? So,
Maybe you can just check, that whether the maximum of the first sides of the rectangles, all right, if
mhm.
that is less than the minimum of the second side of the rectangles, right? If that is the case, then they will be overlapping. And similarly, you can check for the y-axis as well. So these two conditions will help you. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah. For example, like the rectangle that is there, the figure of the rectangle that is given to you, you can see in there the maximum of L2. Okay, out of L1 and L2, L2 is having the maximum x coordinate,
yeah,
right? And that maximum x coordinate is less than the minimum x coordinate of R1 and R2. So out of R1 and R2, R1 is having the minimum x coordinate, right? So
yes,
the maximum of L1 and L2 is less than the minimum of R1 and R2. Cool.
yeah. Can
So
I share
yeah,
the screen now? Yeah,
yeah,
I
yes,
can.
definitely you can if you are clear with your approach. Yeah.
So so here I'm taking the z this I am just thinking that we just have to take the x axis. x-axis only, right? As you
Okay.
have suggested, as you have told me already, like given the hints of this. So here the L1, 0 and 5, the maximum of this is going to be the 5 over here. So 5, and similarly the maximum of the right is going to be 10, and 5 and 10. And if the any value of this or this is going to be in between that, so my
Yes, you're like going correct. Go ahead.
comma r2 of 0, oh sorry, yeah, r2 of 0 is going to be 15. And if x is greater than minimum, also we have to take, right? Right. So now I got the maximum and minimum. In
Uh,
between, if we have that these
okay.
both,
I guess maybe you want to write 1 because you have only considered x coordinates. Like as I can see, it is L1 0, L2 0.
yeah,
Yeah, so if you are considering y coordinates, you just need to write the index value as 1.
five, 10.
Like the thing that you have written is correct. You just need to change some coordinates. Yeah.
To then change the coordinates. Maximum this and maximum that. L1 and R1. Why? Okay. Maximum of L1 and maximum. Yeah.
Yeah, this you have written is correct. You just need to replace 0 with 1. Just some places.
0 with 1.
Yeah. Like
0 and 10. 0 and 10 y. And
all right. Do you want me to move to the next question? We can discuss this later.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. So, right, let me give you the next question, and that is array of price
Okay.
and integer k. We have the smallest integer from the array. Okay. So, for example, your array is 7, 4, 10, 3, 20, 50, then
Mm-hmm.
your output should be
K, you haven't given the K value.
yeah. Just a second. Let's say your k is 3. Your k
One.
is so the output is going to be 7 because first largest element
Yeah.
is
Yes,
20.
7.
Okay. Third largest element is going to be 7. But sorry, third smallest element you have to print. Okay. So the first smallest element we have 3, the next smallest element we have is 4, and the third smallest element we have is 7,
7.
right? Yeah. So
Got the
this is
question. So I'm gonna think of a brute force approach over here. We can do one thing. We can traverse all the array and k times, and like for the first time we will get the 3 as a uh, mm, minimum of it, and we will remove it as any number like minus or any dummy digit. And similarly we can do it for the k times. So it is going to take the k into an complexity. Am I doing right? Can you please confirm it? Am I
okay. So
saying right?
means you are telling so for k number of times you will be doing the array traversal and you
Yeah,
will be
we
finding out the minimum element.
yeah, we can do it like for this also, but this is going to take a like kind of n square sort of complexity, like a lot of so much complexity. So here we can use the data structure as q, I think, sorry, priority queue, I think, like mm, max heap.
All right. Okay, so before moving on to this data structure, is there any other approach, any other algorithm that you can use?
Yeah, I've told you already na, we can use the
No,
k into an
except
approach also,
except for this brute force.
except for this brute force.
Like except for this brute force and except for that the heap thing. Is there anything else that can help you to you have to print the kth smallest integer. So,
Yeah,
is there anything which is coming in your mind?
I'm able to think of the min heap, max heap, and this thing.
Okay, all right. Oh, you can go ahead with your max heap approach.
Yeah. So do I have to write the pseudocode or what?
Yes, first just write the pseudocode and then once we will be done on that part, we will move to coding.
Okay, so
Okay, can you tell me what is the difference between a max heap and min heap?
uh, max heap is going to store the maximum value of array on the top, and min heap is going to store the minimum value on the top.
All right.
So this loop is gonna store the first k values into the heap, and now what I can do is I'm gonna traverse from the k plus 1, sorry, k from the I is equals to k to the length of the array, and pop the first element every time. If the like let's say after this, if the max heap have less, this element 3 is, if the max of the max heap is having greater value, sorry, less value than this, then we will, greater value than this is, then we will pop out this max heap.
You
Are
will
you getting?
pop out the elements. Like if
Yeah.
max heap is having greater value means
Top of the top of the heap value, like over here we will have 10 as our top value, so it will be popped out and the 3 will be pushed in.
okay. Alright.
So this loop is starting from the k to the array size,
Size. Okay.
and if the top is greater than arr of I, and please confirm me this thing, is there any repeating value will be there?
Just a second. A repeating value. No, all the elements are distinct.
Okay, so
Maxi dot top is greater than array of I.
correct. So here, like if the top value of a array of that max heap is greater than arr of I, then I'm gonna pop the top and push this value, because we want the minimum values over there.
Can you do a dry run for the code that is given to you? Wait just a second. Let me do some editing. Let me remove this rectangle from here first. And yeah, can you just do a dry run for the code that you have written and the sample input that is being given to you?
Okay, so we have the max heap over here, right? So in the max heap, first from this loop, we are gonna store the values as 7, 4, and 10 in the heap. So while we will do run this statement, it will give the 10 value, means the uh, top value of the uh, highest value of the max heap. So
Okay.
like over here, like we will start it from the kth index. So kth index is 3, so this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So we will take the top, we will take the kth index value, so 3 we will have, and we will check it if the 3 is greater than 10 or not. So yeah, it is sorry, 3 is less than 10 or not. So it is less than 10. So
Hmm.
we will pop out this 10 and push that 3 in the uh, max heap.
Okay.
Now we will be here, and we will again check it if the top value, which is 7 over here, is greater than 20 or not. If this value is greater, then we will pop it, but it is not greater, so we will go to the fifth
Next element.
index.
Yeah.
Fifth index. So the if the 15 is less than this 7, then we will pop out the 7 and push this 15 value into the max heap. But we don't really we don't have to do it, because here this value is uh, greater than 7, right? So yeah, so that's how the whole loop is going to be finished, this loop. And over here I'm gonna return the top of max heap. So top of max heap is 7, and answer is 7 also.
All right. So when the elements inside the heap are 7, 4, and 3. All right.
Yeah.
So can you tell me the order in which they will be inserted in the queue? Like in what order will they be shown inside the queue if the elements are 7, 4, and 3?
If this elements are 7, 4, and 3,
Yeah.
so uh, at the topmost we will have 7, and then 4 and 3. Yeah.
All right. So what happens when every time you are pushing an element inside the heap? So what process is, under, like what process is happening inside it, such that, the largest element is coming on the top, and then the element smaller than that is occurring to the next. So what process is going on?
uh,
With the help
uh,
of which process the elements are
heap
getting arranged
There
in
is a
this order?
heapify function in the background. So a heapify function will run every time whenever we will uh, pop or push any element. Like let's say we are gonna push 5 again in the uh, queue. So this will be the heapify function will work, and this 5 will move to this place, like second place.
All right. And what is the time complexity of this heapify process?
uh Login, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, log n is the time complexity of Amplify. Yeah, that's correct. And what is the maximum size that your heap is having here? Like the heap that you have created.
Okay, because every time we are gonna make, like, we are gonna checking it whenever we're gonna push again any element. So we are also popping the same thing. We are doing the same thing again and again. So the max elements are going to be k only in the max heap.
Okay, so and what will be the time complexity for this code?
Log of n, because we are only traversing it once.
Log of n.
Sorry, log of n, n log n, and
Why n?
for the traversal, and log in for the uh, removing and inserting the element.
Why it will take n if there are only k elements inside the heap?
Sorry, and log k as n log k. Yeah,
Exactly. So the time complexity is going to be n log k, and the space complexity,
space complexity is going to be k, O of k.
because we have used a linear data structure and only k elements are being inserted. All right. So we are good to move to the coding part. I will share the link to you. And yeah, yeah. You can just do the copy paste, I guess. Your pseudocode was already complete. Yeah, just
I think I need to edit some
yeah. Some amendments are required.
like this and erase ARR. So this one also. Is there anything else left?
Return statement. Yeah,
Return
and
max. Yeah.
yeah. All right.
I think there was one more value, but K is K correct? Yeah. So can I run it now?
Yes, you can. And I guess array dot size is not going to work because we have an array here and that's not a vector. Or the
So
size R is given as the ending index, so you can use that.
okay, it's good. So
Yeah.
size so yeah. So
You can just click
this
on the submit.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's working.
So, and the one approach that I was talking about is that we can use sorting here as well, right? Like, let us say
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
sorting the array,
But
right?
it is gonna take this
Yeah. The time
and
complexity
log
for that will be
and log in.
n log n, and here we have n log k. So obviously this is the most optimized approach, but sorting was also there that could have been used. But yeah,
Yeah.
obviously this is the optimized thing. So yeah, that
I
was
mean, like using the heap, we are kind of sorting it, right? So like
yes.
that.
Yeah. Like if you have used sorting algorithm, then it was required to sort the entire elements. But here inside the heap, we are just sorting k elements, right? So that's why there
Yes.
is yeah the time complexity is getting reduced. So yeah, there it is. So now, okay, on the basis of the session, how much would you rate yourself now?
I mean, still five. I'm sorry. Yeah, still five. I mean, I wasn't able to solve the first question. So yeah.
All right, that's completely fine. The first question was basically, I mean, it was a bit of calculative, like there was a logical concept there. Just needed to check the max value of the x coordinates. All right, the max value of the left side of the x coordinates should be less than the minimum value of the right side of the x coordinates, right? That was the condition there. So that was the logic that was required. So it could have helped you. Anyways, and in the second question, you were able to solve it. And the good thing is that you started from the brute force approach. And before jumping onto the answer, you clarified certain things like if the elements are distinct or not, right? So there were some follow-up questions from your side. So that was great. You clarified the questions and you were able to solve the second question completely. So that was great. So obviously 10 on 10 for that. And so that was a nice attempt by you. And this was a nice session. And you can just a little bit of practice of logic, right? That can help you. And
Actually, there's a issue with me, and it's always happen with me. Like if there's a question which is like more calculative part of this, like formula based question, these types of question, I always get confused in these types of questions only.
all right, no issues. You can like maybe you can. You are just saying about these mathematics kind of questions, right? So
Yeah.
no issues. Yeah, there are plenty of practice questions on Geeks for Geeks portal itself. So you can just practice questions from there. All right, your logic will get strengthened, and then it will help you. So yeah, that was a nice interacting with you. It was a nice session. Any feedbacks from your side?
No, everything was great. Thank you.
indeed, everything was great. So just keep on practicing, right? And obviously that's the only thing. We all are in the learning phase. I mean, practice is the only thing that we can do. So thanks, Geetanjali, for being with us. It was very great interacting with you, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So we had Gitanjali with us for the session, and as you all saw, she was not able to solve the first question completely, but she solved the second question completely. And she started with the brute force approach, and then she went to the most optimized approach. And the time complexities and space complexities also were very clear to her. So that were some of the plus points. And regarding the down points, I would say that these logic things or these mathematics things, you can only master it with practice, right? So at Geeks for Geeks portal, we have lots of practice questions. So make sure you all are practicing it and keep on doing the hard work. And one thing also, if any of you is interested to feature in these interview sessions, then there is a link to the Google form in the description of this video. Yeah, there is a link to the Google form, so make sure you all are filling it, and then we will be having you as well in our next upcoming sessions. So that was all for today. If there is any feedback, any suggestions, do let us know in the chat section. Yes, every day a new interview session will be there. And yeah, that was all about today. Thanks for getting connected with us. Keep on doing the hard work, and yeah, bye everyone.